Hello, this is Nyland Vigil. I'm here all by my lonesome. The right click on my mouse isn't working, and it's absolutely infuriating. I have just been sending emails and promo all goddamn day. My brain is an absolute mudslide. Wait, on Twitter, I'm followed by a dog named Copper. I'm followed by a dog. So, my brain is dog shit. It's copper shit. Paul, you hear that, Paul? I've just been sending emails and working on various little shit that's not even really that important because I'm trying to keep from losing my goddamn mind. And I wanted to do something. I feel like there's something I'm supposed to do later tonight, and I'm not really sure. I can't remember what it is. So hopefully I'll get a strange text in about 2 hours saying, "Where the hell are you?" And someone will remind me. But for right now, I'm just thinking about getting a beer and watching this movie. Maybe I'll stress eat a little bit. I don't know. We'll see where the moment takes us. So I throw up my Netflix, and there is the new movie, Death Note, is finally out, which I've been waiting for a while now. I guess it's an American remake. And I remember when the trailer came out, there was a lot of arguing on the anime forums that I go to. And at that time, I was pretty hopeful for the Ghost in the Shell remake. I was kind of excited about it. I didn't think they would remake it shot for shot, make that masterpiece really work. But at the same time, I was like, oh, this will make, if it's good, it'll make people want to see the original. So I was hopeful at that time for this Death Note remake as well, because it's a story I really love. By the way, guys, I'm a fucking straight up otaku. I feel like I have to come out of the closet on that. That's how uncomfortable it makes me to admit that. I have my little hobby. I keep a secret. That's the kind, because it's the only thing I do that's completely indefensible. It undermines every argument I have with people. The fact that I watch anime and read manga like crazy. But Death Note's on. What am I going to do? Am I just not going to watch? I want to see it. My back. So, Death Note's out. And I went and saw Ghost in the Shell, like, not opening night, but a couple days into it. It was pretty recent. And wow, what a piece of shit. What a terrible, awful piece of shit. And I know traditionally that's how it goes with these anime remakes, but I don't know, it completely sapped me of my excitement for this movie as well. So I'm trying to go into it with an open mind, but I'm half depressed watching this in the first place. So we will see how this goes, okay? So stick with me. It's just you and me, Paul. It's just you and Uncle Nyland in your basement. I'm in your ear holes when you can hear me. Oh, Paul, don't pause this. Okay, so Death Note, 2017. Runtime is 101 minutes. Country is USA. Fantasy, horror, mystery, thriller. IMDb says 5.7 out of 10. RT Critics says 41%. RT users say 34%. Fuck! So, not looking good so far. People are not liking it. Maybe it's brand new, and I'm just gonna keep holding on to hope. I don't know a single person in this cast. Don't know a single... Oh, well, Willem Dafoe is in this. That's pretty cool. Adam Wingard, don't know the director. All right, synopsis. Light Turner. Light Turner? You know, it's okay that, I mean, they're doing a USA remake, but Yagami is... I don't expect them to give this American boy a Japanese name. But Turner? I don't know. Guess who's back? Will the real Yagami please stand up? Whatever. Light Turner, a bright student, stumbles across a mystical notebook that has the power to kill any person whose name he writes in it. Light decides to launch a secret crusade to rid the streets of criminals. Soon, the student-turned-vigilante finds himself pursued by the famous detective known only as the alias L. At least they kept L. That would be weird if they're like, it's K now. Everything's different. All right, let's watch this. Please be... I don't even want it to be good. I just want it to be okay. Please be okay. Please don't just fire off the story. Doesn't have anything to do with Ryuk or police department. It's two boys fucking around in a park with a notebook. So far, it's a very long blank screen. LP Entertainment, Vertigo Entertainment. Don't know either of these companies. Not a good sign. At least their intro credit title cards are really good. Turning off the lights, a Netflix original film. Setting the mood. Seattle. Check it out. This takes place in Seattle, which is actually a pretty good venue for this. I kind of dig it. Lots of high school going on. Guys, don't forget this is in high school. You know, Death Note happened to Light Yagami, a high school student, but it didn't really have anything to do with high school. Like, I don't remember any scenes from high school, and if they were, it was just him at a desk thinking. But so far, we're a couple minutes into this film, and it's just a slow-motion montage of stuff happening at high school. They really want you to know that this is a movie about teen angst. It's about cheerleaders and football and fitting in. They set up some sort of Christian Stewart love interest. You know, I kind of want to get, like, I just want to call him Yagami. Ugh. I want to get, like, Yagami's haircut, but I know it'll piss off my girlfriend. I dig this Death Note title card. I dug that. I'm about it, okay? And Homeboy here finds a notebook. They didn't really introduce him at all. This guy, just that he writes instead of playing football. And the rain begins to fall. Death Note is looking a little Necronomicon-ish from The Evil Dead. It's just got a little bit of that. Notebook made of skin. Just stands there like a bitch while a fight happens. Girl's got to run in and save it. How much is she going to be in this? Ooh, like got popped in his goddamn mouth. Definitely got a little bit of autism or something. You know what sucks is they're trying to show how smart he is because he knows the law, but it's just some basic shit we all know. I can't remember. Did Light lose his mom in the original Death Note? Are they trying to say that's why he's emo? Life's not fair. I guess life's not fair is actually a pretty good thing to establish here because that's kind of what starts him down this path of killing people to make things fair. This director really likes his tilted camera pans and zooms, which is cool. I'm about it. We'll call this a high school movie. We'll judge it on that criteria. At least the Death Note looks the same. Ugh, you read like an idiot. Ooh, the marbles. Can't stop the marbles. The marble. Sorry, Paul. Sorry to make that noise in your ear. Ryuk looks like Groot. Ryuk looks like Groot. Good introduction, though. Oh, God, the way Light screams makes him look like such a little bitch. Why are they putting some comedic timing into this? God damn it. I like the desk shot. That was cool. You are so getting more detention, bro. Okay, so me and Willem Dafoe are cool. It's a little over the top, but watch what happens to Kenny. Ha ha! Oh yeah, blood. Hell yeah, I'm about it. I want a little Final Destination with it. I like that tilted camera angle. Here's the thing is, Light commands a certain amount of respect. Yagami. I should really only refer to them as both Yagami and Turner, because I'm probably going to be talking about these two characters. Yagami commands a certain amount of respect for the way he thinks, the way he considers situations, the way that he has this psychopathic, narrow, intense focus all the time. I know you have to cut that down a lot, but don't make Light this little bitch. Like, make him angsty teen. They're trying to cram a lot of this shit into, and I think they're doing an all-right job. I do think they're doing a pretty good job so far of cramming this shit all together, because it's going to have some problems when you try and cram, I don't know how many episodes. What is it, like 37 episodes and like 108 chapters of the manga down into 110 minutes? Of course, it's not all going to be perfect. But I can see them trying their best. They're not just writing this off as like, and he's mad because they're doing a little bit of that, but it's whatever. I think a little bit of that is okay. Are they going to keep Ryuk in the dark the whole time? Because that might be for the best, but also like, I want to see it, but I don't. You decide for me, movie. So I guess he killed his mom's killer? I'm down with this. I think I lowered my expectations enough to start to actually enjoy this, which is what I want to do. Fucking love this story. Death games plus anime? Hell yeah. Except he's not really holding it to this whole, like, I'm going to change the world thing. Maybe he gets there, but it's kind of just his own personal high school bullshit he's going through. Reading it out in the public at the gym as a nerd, what are you, out of your mind? The power to kill anyone, the perfect murder weapon, and you're just sitting there as a nerd holding it. You don't think anyone's going to try and take it from you? By the way, guys, don't get the sriracha ramen. It smells like feet. This is a really stupid conversation. Wow, you fucking moron. Kill 2 people and then tell a girl what's wrong with you. Yagami would never do this shit, Turner. What the fuck is wrong with you, Turner? This guy can't even confess to his murder right. He sucks at it. He has to convince someone he kills somebody. This guy told some chick in high school just because he likes her that he has the power to kill people with his mind. Before finding out if she's like loves trees or anything, that maybe she might not be down with that. And it just works out that she's okay with murdering people. Fucking movies, bro. Fucking movies. By the way, Chris, this ramen that Rummery got tastes like feet. So far, they're not really doing much, just slow motion sex scene, because people can get bored. They have Bella from Twilight in this. Not Kristen Stewart, like Bella from Twilight. Yay, at least they kept Kira. Murder porn! I like that L, even though he's black, is still Japanese. That's cool. No subtitles on this one, so whatever. I'm down with the black L. I think it's cool. Still like sweets. People who don't know this story must be going, what the fuck is with this dude? I guess by the time I watched Death Note, the anime, I'd already known about Light and L and kind of who they were. So I never really got that moment of like, who the fuck is L? Hello? Yeah. Okay. You know what, Paul? I can't focus because Chris came out to eat, and it always makes me feel a little weird talking to nobody. Well, I'm talking to you, but like talking to nobody while there's other people around seems odd. I think it stunts my ability to think clearly and unfiltered. And I also kind of want to watch this movie now. It piqued my interest a little bit. There's parts keep coming up that I want to trash, but at the same time, it's moving pretty fast-paced. And the introduction of L has actually got me interested. I want to see how they play him. So far, it seems like L has got Turner way outclassed. Turner and his little girlfriend, they are so fucked. It's 2 minds against L with the perfect murder weapon. There's no way. Light was a near Yagami, was a near psychopathic genius. This guy's kind of nervous. He feels like a big dick. He's a regular kid. He's got this power now, and he's flaunting it like all the signs that he's going to be immediately fucking caught. So let's see if he can keep up with Light, with L. I kind of doubt it, but I think I actually just want to watch this one. Also got some people coming over soon, so I'm going to pause this, and I will come back. I'm going to give you your content. Don't you worry your pretty little head, Paul. We'll talk. You won't even notice that it changed. I shouldn't even said anything. You wouldn't have noticed, because I can edit that all down. But don't worry, Paul. Even if I watch the movie, I still talk about it after I watch it, and then I'll ramble. I'll ramble for a while. I'm not afraid of some rambling. Some good old rambling down to... I think I remembered what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm supposed to go over to my mom's house to take care of my niece and dog. And, that seems pretty important. She lives away on the other side of town. It's a big town, too. There's not much going on here for as big as it is because it's mostly suburbs stretched out in every direction, but it's like a 45-minute drive from one end of the town to the other. So to me, it's like I might as well call that an hour. The distance between here and my mom's house is like 2/3 the distance between my mom's house and Denver, so it sucks driving over there, but it's whatever. So I came to Colorado Springs when I was about 16 or so with my mother, who remarried, and I remember the first time we visited this place. I'm on a plane to the spring. Ugh. I hate my phone. I fucking hate it. It's always ringing. It's bothersome. I really just kind of want to be left alone for a while. You know why? It's because people only contact me for their needs, which is, I guess, what you do when you need something. It'd be weird to just call people for no reason. Be like, so what's up? That would be awkward. But as a result of that, my phone rings and I'm like, ugh, what does somebody want? I don't want to do things. I'll be right near my phone, but if it rings with a text beep, a notification more than 3 times in a couple of seconds, I'll just put it down because I can't deal with it. It's too much. Yeah, thought I'd talk to myself a little bit more. Have a cigarette. I wonder, man, am I making the right moves, Paul? I can't tell. Just to continue doing stand-up, because I know I could be crushing it way harder. I could be doing so much more. Changed venues on you a little bit, Paul. This is like a multi-sit-down recording podcast. This thing has no rules. I don't really care about this one. I care about you, Paul, okay? I want to talk to you. But as far as the rules of this podcast, I don't really want to worry about having to hold to anything as a constant with this thing. I'm going to keep trying to make it good. I'm going to keep telling Tyler not to hold the mic so close to his goddamn face. I'm going to make this podcast as good as I can without actively enforcing some sort of code or anything. This is just fly by the seat of my pants. I'm going to figure this out episode to episode. I think Tyler called it a dumpster fire. So this is like a dumpster cast. It's a trash fire cast. Trash cast. But dude, I changed venues and there's so much work I could do right now. And I'm watching Neighbors 2, Sorority Rules, whatever. It's not a good movie, and I know this. I'm still watching it, but that's not really putting in the work. So much of my day, I'm not actually putting in the work. I talk about doing it, but I'm just exhausting myself on trivial bullshit. I need to put in real effort. If I'm going to be a comic, that's what I want. There's flashes keep going off in this house, like there's a laboratory in there. Or a TV. Could be either. So, there is no way I can put the source material out of my head any longer. Because this is ridiculous. I have to separate this movie completely from the original anime in order to enjoy it at all. Because now it's just straight up ridiculous. Because in watching the anime or reading the manga, which I haven't done in its entirety, you learn to understand these characters. And somewhere at the 2/3 mark, these characters in the movie do not behave anything like the original. I gave up on Turner pretty quick. Turner is not Yagami. It's not even close. The girlfriend, whose name I haven't bothered learning, we'll call her Twilight Cunt. That's probably insensitive, but I hate her acting. I hate her acting so much. Which doesn't make that okay, but you know what? No justification. I don't care. So Twilight Cunt has blackmailed Light into handing her over the Death Note. So far, she is the most intelligent character, I would guess, because it never shows L putting the pieces together. He just automatically knows this shit, somehow. There's no real dance between him and Light. And if L's so goddamn smart, how did he think trying to broker a deal with Kira, Turner, in front of his father would work? That would achieve any sort of result? If Kira wants to work through a deal where he's not caught, why would you immediately expose him to his family, also head of the Kira Task Force police? Because then he's caught. Outside of the family things that they hold this to, it's still ridiculous. Yagami, who was absolute lunatic, wouldn't do this shit, and he was prepared to sacrifice his dad at certain points in the anime. To become the new god of this world, I am justice. Anyway, so far, Twilight Cunt is the only one who actually has set up some sort of plan to act out. I still don't fully understand what happened with Watari. I know that Light sent him to go get his name. He had the name in his hand, and I'm not sure why he didn't just say it. I guess for the whole because it's a movie thing. God. Just, I'm talking to you, Paul, but there's no one in front of me, so I'm eye-rolling nobody. I should have really invited Danny to do this, because I bet she would have had a ton to say. But here's the thing that, really drew the straw. with me is I spent a serious, while short, portion of my life really invested in this story and in these characters, and to see other characters masquerading under the same names and behaving nothing like them is insulting. I don't know if that's the correct word. It's some sort of synonym of commodified. It's similar to the hipster logic of that band used to be cool and now they're not. And that became a joke at a certain point, but when you invest time and emotion into growing with the work of an artist, and somewhere between the sophomore and third albums, they become commodified, you do feel tricked in a way. The thing that you used to naturally gravitate towards and identify with and be willing to spend money on and follow and buy merch and go to the shows, what people in the music scene would call support. You support your favorite artists. That thing that you used to just do naturally and were happy to do in exchange for the art, the music provided by the musicians, and the community around it that you believe to identify with. One day you turn on your feed and they've got their sophomore album out, and now all that stuff that you used to enjoy supporting is now being packaged and sold to you as if the record company has a right to decide how much you spend. Like when you've given willingly to a project for a long time, and then someone tells you exactly how much you have to and how to feel, and you know that there's a handout for money now involved in the art that you really love. It tarnishes it, not to mention the fact that most of the time that expressive music you came to enjoy is now no longer a big part of the process. That's why most musicians on the first album are wearing rags, because they spend all their time in a basement with a guitar, churning this music out. And then when it gets commodified and sold to you, they're wearing like hand-picked designer rags. It's not the same thing. That time and effort has gone into image, sales pitch, market statistics, branding, and the art suffers for it. And I don't personally believe that that is always a bad thing. I kind of believe that if I would support an artist for their first album, I would support their career long term, and so that at least they can enjoy their career as a musician. In exchange for at least the first album, I may not follow a band beyond that point if I no longer identify with the music, and I feel like there's an argument to be made that that's a difference between growth and monetization, but I still feel like if you're an artist who created something good even once, that you deserve to establish a career on that and not have to go work at the post office afterwards. It's not an easy thing to do, though. But it's much the same feeling I'm getting here. When this movie was done, this remake, it's like the writers really didn't understand what made Death Note so enjoyable. And it's not the death game element, even though that's part of it. It's not that the characters are eccentric, even though that's part of it. The real appeal of it is the psychological game that spans 37 episodes. 36? That spans 30 plus episodes. The psychological game which keeps turning and twisting and going back and forth. There's so much suspense in this series that happens in just Light sitting at his desk in his room with chips and L eating ice cream. There's so much going on in those small moments, back and forth. It's a crazy psychological chess game, and that's what makes it so enjoyable. And that element has completely been removed from this movie. They touch it, they try it, it's not really there. Like I said, the closest I've seen is this Twi'lek hunt, as in putting a plan together to elicit some kind of suspense. But this used to be the kind of thing that would happen 8 times an episode. One thing that is interesting to watch is the American take on the yandere. I'm kind of curious to see what a non-otaku would think of this character type seen in an American actress. Because if you were to show the yandere character type in anime to a non-anime fan, they would take it within the context of anime. But if you just show a yandere looking like everyone else in their own media field, I wonder what they really think of that character type, because that might have a lot to say about anime fans in general, that if all of America was in agreement that, like, she's a crazy bitch and no one would ever act like that, it would really make otakus look weird when most of them are like, yeah, that's who I'm most attracted to. Can we do that? I don't care if they get the source material right in these remakes, because they're just not going to. It's not going to happen. They don't have the correct frame of reference to even conceive of why the original series was so good. Same thing with Ghost in the Shell, but I don't have all night to ramble on that shit, so we'll just let that sit. But make more anime remakes that are just really more like science experiments to see how American audiences respond to anime character type, because that would be so interesting to me. If you did it with American actors, what would regular guys' interpretation be of a tsundere? Would they be like, I'm all about it? I don't know. You can leave out lolicon. That one's not going to translate. I don't get why it does to otaku fans, especially here in America. That shit's just straight up beyond my perception. But if I have to accept that in order to get to the giant robot fighting, then so be it. I'm an anime fan. I'm a goddamn otaku in the most American sense of the word. The inside of my closet has a bunch of anime posters hung up on it. You know, like the thing that's protected by a door where no one can see. My manga is on display in my apartment. At least the series that I'm not afraid of strangers to see. The Monster Musume is in a dirty box buried beneath 10 other boxes in my closet. I have roommates, man. I have to keep this shame to myself. You should also understand a little bit of shame can go a long way for sexual enjoyment. All right, I watched a bit of this. I've been watching it, and I was trying to get through all of it, trying to actually enjoy it, but I'm back to the podcast again, obviously. It wasn't working. I need to talk about this thing while I'm watching it. It's the only way I can get through it. Because Elle, who I've known to be this deductive genius to play this amazing psychological chess match, is now driving a cop car and running down the street with a gun like an action hero. And that's just not who that character is. That is not their strengths. It's like when they were writing the movie, there was one anime fan who was trying to explain how these characters are. And it was like, so Elle does this and Elle does that and blah, blah, blah. And then some fat dude in the writer's room sat up and he was like, yo, what about for the last 20 minutes we just do Die Hard? And he was like, why? Why would we? No, that's not who Elle is. And he's like, bro, Die Hard sells. Elle's gonna run around with a gun like a ragtag superhero, okay? Who needs deductive reasoning when you have some sort of space gun? Bro, bump fist. We're all going to make a ton of money. The twisty camera angles are starting to piss me off, too. Because I've seen a lot of pretty bad ones, but this was actually all right. But they're just starting to get overused, and it's getting ridiculous. What's also great is they still made Al all hunched over. So now when he's running around with a gun, he still runs like a tortoise. Elle is not this running through the streets cop. I could see Light doing this, but like if he had to, but the writing's supposed to be good enough for that. Why did he shove his face into a plate of food? Was that necessary? I mean, it was a cool shot. I'm not sure this background music fits. It's kind of silly. It's kind of 70s art film silly. I like how these two deductive geniuses aren't able to think of ways to outsmart each other in this chase. Like Light turns over one chair like it can't be easily jumped over. Hell yeah. So the guy that was a fry cook walked out, and he was like, this guy is Kira. And he hits him over the head with a plank of wood. And I was like, oh, dope. I like how that turned out. It's like, Lord Kira. It's like, sweet Kira supporter for the win. Meet me at the Ferris wheel, my lad. Here's something that also feels really weird. Is Misa is kind of a similar, well, not really similar at all, to Twilicant. And one of the cool things about that dynamic between her and Yagami was always that he was just straight up using her. But it's like reversed because Turner and Twilicant don't. It's like they have some sort of movie, high school, we'll be together forever relationship, and it just doesn't make sense for this situation. Like I said, I always just think of the writer's room in this kind of thing where they took Death Note, and there was a guy who was really into it, and he was like, okay, it's got to have this. Then someone else was like, you know what sells? Twilight is a dark movie. We'll put an American Horror Movie reference in there in the locker. Wait, is this the same director as American Horror Movie? Is that why that's in there? So the director's name is Adam Wingard. Pulling up his IMDb right now. Oh my gosh. He looks like he used to play bass in Dave Grohl's band. He looks like that guy that used to date your friend Ashley in college. Like that guy fucked the devil. He's got these pointy, devilish eyebrows and some sort of weird neckbeard goatee thing going on. Looks more natural with glasses, but in this first picture, like, oh my god. He's known for VHS, which I really liked. I wonder which part. And I mean, okay, so VHS had its serious problem, but there was a certain style and aspects to that I really enjoyed. It's kind of like a film experience of like, oh fuck yeah, oh this sucks. Oh fuck yeah, oh this sucks. Oh fuck yeah. Overall, I have no idea. yeah. Godzilla vs. Kong is his next film. Well, fuck me, I hope he does a lot more of those twisty, turny camera shots. Really show the fight cool. I like that thus far I haven't seen any handheld cam, which is good, especially if he's only going to be doing Godzilla vs. Kong. That would be amazing to not have that thing shaky as fuck. He did The Blair Witch, which I did like. He did episode 1 of Outcast. Is that the same Robert Kirkman Outcast? Because I didn't know that was a TV series. He's done quite a few things in horror, none of it super notable. I Saw the Devil, which I haven't seen. You're Next, which I remember enjoying. The Guest, which I heard good things about, but couldn't be bothered to watch. Wasn't that interested. You know what the best part about this whole thing is? Is that Willem Dafoe now knows who Ryuk is. That makes me giggle. One of us, one of us. I wonder if he had to watch Death Note to study for the role. I mean, he probably didn't have to for what they might have paid for him for his voice acting, but they're just like, by the way, you're a demon, be creepy. And he's like, hee 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 hee. Yeah, do that shit from the Green Goblin. You remember that? Remember the Goblin? He's like, yeah, I got it. But there's a good chance that like, hey man, we're giving you some money. Why don't you at least watch some of this shit? Study the character a little bit. So that means Willem Dafoe probably sat down and watched Death Note. One of us, one of us, one of us, one of us, one of us. In the tree, part of the tree. If you compare this shit to the Gits remake, it's like a fucking masterpiece. I really should have done this with Danny. I bet she could just like fucking go off. I could make 3 podcasts. The next one I really have to. Wait, you guys got it. Oh my gosh. Light screams like a little bitch. A little bitch. Get it down. Was he going to roll the Ferris wheel into the ocean? What's the plan here? Oh yeah, just blow a hole in the thing. How's that not going to make it immediately go all the way back around? It's just going to get to the top where it's perfect and then stop. That's what bullets do to machines. You don't give a fuck about it. I love it so much. You don't know how yanderes work. Do you, Turner? Because if you love me, you won't take the book. Oh, bitch. You need to sit down and watch the Future Diary, cause you won't really get this shit. I paused it and I already know what she's gonna say. She's gonna straight up go like, I love you, and that's why I need to kill you and bathe in your blood, cause that's how yanderes work. Never mind, it didn't go the way I thought it was. Now I feel dumb because it just put all that shit down. And I don't edit this thing, so it is what it is, Paul. Don't worry about it. I can be wrong from time to time. I ain't seen this shit before. Saw the original series. Read some of the manga. Wish I would have read all the manga at this point because it would let me talk with a little bit more validity. But that's besides the point right now, Paul, okay? Why am I taking this out on you, Paul? You're a good guy. I know. You know we all make mistakes sometimes. Paul thought I was so goddamn smart. He was like, you won't take the book. And then he turns away for a second and she takes the book and he's like, no. She's like, what? What did you do? And he probably wrote down in the book, Ryuk gets to kill her when she takes it. Some shit like that. And she's just standing there holding the death note like, what? It's all mine because I made a plan. When you hold that death note, you sparkle. What did you do? My front teeth are so big. Now they're arguing about, I thought you put my name in it. No, you put yours. Fucking teenagers. I miss the old Death Note. So Ryuk is making this thing crumble. That's not how this works. You can't ask Ryuk for it back. He's making this whole thing crumble right now. It's like fucking around with genies. Ryuk is more like a genie in this thing than a bored spectator. Like he's actively trying to fuck you over. Oh, and she goes for it. Death Note's falling. She still goes for it, but it makes her fall and die. And Light's name is in it. Okay, what the fuck is with this song choice while they slow-mo fall to their death? Light's screaming out as she falls to her death right now. He's screaming bloody murder. And now Light's falling to his death as his father screams out bloody murder in slow motion. Okay, I'm sorry this is an audio podcast because I wish I could show you guys this picture. You know what? I'm going to print screen this, and I don't know where I'm going to put it with the podcast, but I mean, this picture perfectly encapsulates what this movie is. That if I put Death Note logo on top of this and showed it to people like 5 years ago, everyone would be like, what the fuck is this? What the absolute fuck? Light screaming like a little bitch as he falls, and behind him there are explosions. This Ferris wheel is fucking exploding. What did you do to me, you yandere bitch? She fell into the flowers. Those exploded because flowers explode. What happened to Light? Light fell into the water, so she died. He's safe. He doesn't die till midnight. You dumb Twilicant yandere bitch. And Turner, you weak, pathetic, stupid bitch. And L, you impulsive, emotional, orphan bastard bitch. What just fell in the fire? Is that a page from the Death Note just fell in the fire? Oh, Ryuk. I'm supposed to believe Ryuk set fire to Light Turner's heart stops beating at midnight. What just magically fell out of the notebook and all the way down into the burning trash fire happening at the carnival? Is that how that works? Turner gets to live. So L's no good anymore. He got fired, which is ridiculous. So Turner's in a coma, and Kira's still at large. Because who picked up the note? Who had the note? Is it his Faja? Did Ryuk do him that big of a fucking solid? Oh, wait. L's on a plane out. Did he figure out Light's plan? So my guess is that when Light was writing down names and all these instructions, he planned out something months in advance for everything to happen in the couple of minutes he had to think about it after being such a weak little bitch this whole time. Let's go with it. Let's just say that that's cool. Let's say that that's cool because maybe I'll actually enjoy the plan when it's all revealed. But L's on a plane when he starts to figure it out because he starts going, calculus book. Like he's the fucking South Park version of, Jeff Goldblum. He's like, did his girlfriend take calculus? Stop the plane! His girlfriend took calculus! We gotta be in the falling action here. Light has the Death Note again, and he's conscious. He wrote himself into a coma. How did he write the page with his name on it falling perfectly into the fire? Yeah, tuck that shit under your pillow, bro. Still thinking about your crazy ex-girlfriend. Oh, someone's out of a coma. Hey, can I explain this one to you, Pops? And his wicked sideburns. They don't let you in Seattle limits with those sideburns. They let you in 70s porn and Texas with those goddamn sideburns. His father figured it out, came to the hospital and was like, it was you. How did his dad put it together when they fired L because he was in a coma still killing? What was in his room? Anthony Scomo. The dude who killed his mom was his first victim. So I bet Light just rolls over and takes this one like a bitch. I don't know how you undo this. Do you go, it was my girlfriend who's now dead? That's the obvious ploy. That's what I immediately thought of, so I hope all the writers and all the King's men figured out a better way to put this father-son relationship back together again. Oh, come on, buffering. I'm this close to the end of the film. There's 10 minutes. Come on. You can do it. I believe in you, shitty internet. There's a reason I don't upload these things live. I would so love to do live podcasts because it's so easy to not give a shit about the content. Well, I mean, you give a shit about the content, but you don't have to do any work past the podcast, you know? You just do it, and it's done, and it's out there. Say my girlfriend found this telekinetic power, and I asked her to kill him. Do you really want to know? Wait, this coma was only 2 days? This coma was 2 days. And they're like, that's enough that, like, Kira killed today. Okay, so there's no way it could be Turner. By the way, this isn't answering his dad's question. He's like, you want to know how I did it? And his dad's like, yeah, tell me that shit. I mean, I know you're a mass murderer, but like, yo, level with me. And he's supposed to mean, you mean my daring plot to escape the clutches of L's deduction? He's like, nah, I mean more how you kill 400 people with your goddamn mind. That might be pretty interesting. L found the calculus book. Wow. The American version of Light, Mr. Turner, is going like, man, I learned a valuable lesson about things aren't always so black and white. You can't just kill all the bad guys. Things are more complicated. Now L's holding a pen over a page of the Death Note he found in a calculus book, ready to write down Turner's name. And I'm like, okay, Light would never, under any circumstances, be like, I learned a valuable lesson about life today. The Death Note taught me something. Mostly because the last thing Light Yagami said was,
the only one who could. And this is the killing piece of crime. There was was no other way. The world had to be fixed. The purpose given to me. I could do it. Who else could have done it and come this far? Would they have kept going?
Definitely not Light Turner. That's for fucking sure. Like, whatever happened to this Light Yagami? Oh, and just an asterisk, this is from the end of episode 1.
I want the world to know of Mike, that my power is racing. I'm the one doling out justice.
By the way, I will mention voice acting in the dub. A little bit silly, that's why I tend to watch the subs.
In the right direction of just populated by people who I've judged honest, kind, and hardworking. I've become the god of this new world.
Yeah, motivations are a little different, so there's that as a thing. This is Light Turner. Bitch! Ass Light Turner!
I'm gonna try to fix them, but more data sample at first, so all the bad guys win.
Yeah, so the end of Death Note the anime is the screaming about I am become justice, the god of this new world, blah blah blah. And the end of the movie is like, I think I learned a good lesson about how it's not simple, good and bad. Now let's all go home and have a wank. L shaking, lip quivering, holding a piece of the notebook. Kind of fucking L. Also, what's with all the, 80s slow dancing music? Was there another person who was like, by the way, Stranger Things soundtrack, very popular? Can L become a killer for killing Wasabi, Watame, Watabo, Jibambo? I don't care of the power of love. William Dafoe's Ryuk laugh is pretty close, not gonna lie. What? Wait, that was actually the end? You mean I paused it and went on that whole big rant about Light Yagami becoming the god of the new world and all that, and that was the end of it? That was the end of it I paused on? So Turner makes this face like, whoa, am I on candid camera? And that's the last shot of the movie. That's fucking it. He's like, whoa, bro, am I being filmed? And then it cuts to credits. We don't see if L kills him. We don't see if he's arrested. Is he caught? Does his dad turn him in? We don't see any of these things. I'm okay with leaving some shit up to interpretation, especially if it's the crux of a film. If the film is ultimately about something and the writer doesn't have an answer to it because the topic is so confusing in nature. By the way, the end credits are cut together with all these parts, and there's pictures of Turner in front of a green screen and mixed with all the blood. It's like they're outtakes. Oh, fuck. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh my god, William Dafoe didn't do a voiceover. He was actually Ryuk. They gave him some beady eyes and then CG'd over him, but he was actually in a Ryuk costume for this. Holy fuck. Wait, did I see that credit right? Music by Atticus Ross. Nope, I'm thinking of Atticus Rose. Gotta be, because it's Leopold Ross is the other person, and I'm pretty sure Atticus Rose... Wait, I gotta look this up. Are they brothers? Is it Ross or Rose? Gotta look this up. How to destroy angels. Clickety clackety click. I'm typing. Oh, okay. I didn't know Atticus Ross isn't married to Trent Reznor. They're just a supergroup. Reznor's wife is in the band, but it's not Atticus. Okay, well that's pretty cool. You learn something new every day. Atticus Ross did the music for this thing. Why is it shitty in 80s? Was this a temp music deal? How much did she get paid? But they give her some sort of old Casio synth and let her go nuts. Oh, wait, Atticus Ross isn't even the chick. Man, wow. Holy shit, was I, oh fuck. I think someone told me How to Destroy Angels is Trent Reznor and his wife Atticus Ross, and I just believe that there was a comma there or something that Atticus Ross, and I thought Atticus was a girl name, but nope, it's a dude. Boy, do I feel dumb. I've been thinking the chick that was Trent Reznor's wife, Mary Queen Mandig was named Atticus. I thought it was Atticus Rose. And by the way, she may be in the running for top 5 hottest women alive, because holy shit. Pull up a picture of her. I fucking dare you. God damn. Hold on one sec. I think my dog wants to go outside. Well, fuck me. I just sat through that piece of shit. I feel weird. I feel a little violated. Gotta really lower your expectations on that one if you want to enjoy it. Or just, I don't even know what to say. I really hope another remake happens soon of an anime film so I can ask Danny to come do this with. I bet she would fucking great at this shit. Alright, Paul, I'll talk to you later. Look me up on Twitter, Nyland_Vigil, NYLAND_VIGIL. Like the detective. I'm booking some gigs in San Antonio and Houston, Texas, coming up at the end of September. I'm doing the, why don't I know the name of my own dates? Latino Comedy Festival in California, the beginning of October. Coming back to Texas for a second time at the end of November. I'm going to try and do some dates in New Mexico in between there, working on booking that shit. And then I'm coming back to San Antonio for a third time, bitch, to do Laugh Out Loud Comedy Club with Chris Fonseca. I think the week before Christmas. Hopefully we can get some people out to that. It'd be really, I'm really excited to do that show, so I really hope it's a good one. And also, news on the theater. We just booked a local comedy showcase. Well, local. It's a Colorado Springs local talent comedy showcase, maybe a better way to put it, on November 8th at the Denver Improv. So I'm really excited about this shit because it means anyone that shows up and does their part, support the theater, I can support right back by putting them on this showcase, among other things. I'm a little tired of this whole system in comedy, at least this local scene of you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours, but it's in the shittiest, most underhanded, like basically all I'm doing is I'm saying, here's how you scratch my back, by being fucking good and just showing up to the theater, being a part of this thing I'm trying to build, okay? I don't want you to come over to my house and do blow all night, tell me how great I am. I just want you to show up and be good. I want more good comedians in the Springs. I want more people that I have to actively try to crush. Okay, because I'm bored. Fucking bored here. Alright, that's it. That's all my rants. Belly. That's my dog, Belly. Belly. Yeah. Night, Paul.